Hello everyone and welcome to my bead room. The program committee asked me a couple of months ago if I would be willing to show you my space and also show you some of the ways that I've organized my beads. So I'm more than happy to do that and happy to have you with me here this evening. We've lived in this house for a little under 2 years. Previously, we've had two other homes. When we moved to Florida 23 years ago, we purchased furniture for my bead room and my craft room at that time from Bucko's, and so we have used that same furniture in each of the homes that we've been in, each of my bead rooms. And so I wanted to show you first a couple of pictures of my previous bead room, the house that we'd lived in for 17 years, and then show you how I've taken that same furniture and rearranged and adapted to fit our current home. So let's begin by taking a look at what I had previously. This is the one part of my bead room. At my previous house, everything at this point was organized for the house to go on the market for sale. So I have to confess that it usually never looked like this. Usually my workspace, my tables were full piled, maybe layered high with different projects that I was working on. So this is the other end of that same room of my bedroom where I had the my work table and units against the wall. On this other end, which I have bookcases and with all my beading books, magazines, and then in the center there is a storage cabinet that I use for my scrapbooking things. At the far end is a little triangular closet. And the room was kind of like a long triangle shaped kind of room. On top of the storage unit for my scrapbooking, I had some of these large, I think they're about 14 by 14 scrapbook boxes that I also have different beads in, and I'll show you what I've done with those in my current bead room. But I want to show you my my organization for most of my beads. And here, if you'll notice on the bookcase that's to the right of my scrapbook unit, I have pencil boxes that I use to organize the different colors of beads that I have. So previously, I used these clear plastic pencil cases that I searched all over Manatee and Sarasota and Charlotte County to get about 20 years ago. Walgreens would run them on special, like 2 for $1, but they would have different colors, and I wanted the clear, so it was a big search to get them. But then I organized by color all of my beads except for the 15-Os, which I kept in a separate area, but I tried to put them all on. It was really difficult then when I needed a color. The pencil boxes sometimes would get full to overflowing. Let me show you. So here's an example of one of the pencil boxes that has all my 11-Os, 8-Os, 6-Os in it. They would get, these pencil boxes would get full to overflowing, and in order to find anything, I would have to bring it over to my work area from the bookcase where I kept it, and dump everything out and be able to sort through, just because they were so crowded that you just really couldn't see down to the bottom. So that's where I decided to do something different in my new space. So I decided that in my new space I was going to do something that was a little bit more convenient than having to to dump everything out of the pencil box in order to find the bead that I wanted. I'm very fortunate that I have a bedroom now that is my own space in the back of the house. It was previously a bonus room, which the owners, before they listed the house on the market, added a closet so they could call it a 4-bedroom house. And I really wish they had not done that, because the closet means having the closet in this room means that I had to totally reconfigure my furniture to fit the available space. In my other house, I had the units against the back wall with this table extending. Now, I was 3 inches short of being able to put the table against the back wall. But the good news is that I do have a really nice big closet that I'll show you a little bit later. So because of the way I had to configure the room, I did put all my sewing things on one side, and it's really great because now I can have my sewing machine left out. And then on the other side, I have an area for beading. As you come into the room, I have the door here. I'm going to open and show you what I have behind that. I took the units that were horizontal in my previous bedroom and stacked them vertically. And I put my shoe boxes, or my pencil boxes, to use organizing a number of the specific things. It makes it really easy when I need something to come over here and grab it. I do have a few empty boxes up there, but I'm sure that they'll be filled pretty quickly. And then just sort of miscellaneous stuff. I've got some of my mask making things there, and Bead Society materials. So then, as you come into the room here, I'm just going to go around this way so you can see. I do have a great view outside. I've got my pool right out here because this was the bonus room that opened. And those bookcases that I had on either side of my scrapbooking unit in my other house, I've had to put into the corner here, and it works out fine. I've really eliminated a lot of books. I've tried to get down to the books that I just really love and treasure. And I had so many that, I never even opened or looked at, I guess. And another thing that I did in this room is I took all of my loose paper patterns that I had, just a ton of those, and I organized those into 3-ring binders with sections so that now I can quickly go if I want holiday or I want earrings or that kind of thing. I've got that. And then on this other bookcase, I just have a number of miscellaneous kind of things. So my bead embroidery up here on the top shelf. So here are my bookcases again that I just showed you. And then coming over here, I just closed my blinds because it was so bright you really couldn't see anything. I have these great cards that I'll explain to you later what I've got and how I've organized those. I've got some of my Sherry Serafini pieces that I've completed on display. Those are maybe my very favorite pieces. My mermaid project that I still haven't started yet. Some of Sherry's things. And then on this side, I have my other unit that is a little tight in there, but you can still get a chair in there. You'll notice that this room was carpeted with brand new carpeting, and so we didn't feel that we could tear it up, so I ended up purchasing these like clear plexiglass mats for my rolling chairs, and they work out just great. My chairs roll very easily. The only problem is they shift around a little bit sometimes, and you have to redo them and rearrange them. So anyway, this is my area, my Zoom setup. Hi. So here's the bead room. Here's the closet in my bead room, and I wanted to show you what I've got inside. So I wanted to show you what it looks like inside my closet, which I've used for both my sewing supplies and my beading things. And I had the top of the bookcase that was on top of my unit in my previous bead rooms, but there was no place, or really didn't fit here, so we put it into the closet, and it actually makes a really nice storage unit so that I can kind of organize things. But this is what it looks like. I'll go up to the top. Every inch of space in this closet is being used. My sewing with the sewing supplies, my embroidery, wool felt embroidery items, and the beads. Since moving to this house, I've purchased more of those big 14 by 14 inch storage units for scrapbooking, the storage boxes, and I have put my my kits, my unfinished kits and unstarted kits from classes that I've taken with name instructors into those boxes. When I just have a few kits, or I have an unfinished kit from a class that I've taken with a workshop instructor, I sometimes put them into just the plastic folders and organize them that way, and I can have them on the shelf here and can easily look through and pull out something that I want to work on. I really just love these little plastic storage boxes that I got at Michael's. They are intended, I think, for photographs. The case, there's a case, and then inside each case there is, I think there are 18 of the little 4x6 boxes, which allows me to, separate out a lot of stuff and store. You see, I've got a box for my Swarovski. I've got my just different colors of bead things. I've got my shaped beads, and then I have got findings. So I just really enjoy having them separated like this, and I'll show you what I've done inside the case. Here's what the case looks like. You'll see that I've got a number of shape beads in this particular case. I've got bricks, rulas, different just odds and ends of shapes, my teacups, tilas, and so forth. I don't have a ton of shape beads, so it works out just fine for me to have them in these little smaller containers, and hopefully I can put my finger on it when I have a need for one of those shape beads. My box with the O beads, dragon scale beads. When I decided to make a change from the pencil boxes that I had stored all my beads in, I had seen some of my friends who had these rolling drawer or carts with wheels and 10 drawers or more, and I happened to see these on sale at Michael's and decided to get 4 of them. I've used 2 of them to organize all of my bead colors, and so I have them divide it as best I can. Sometimes I had to double up and do like orange, red, orange together with my corals, or the bronze with amber, that kind of thing. But basically, I have 20 drawers now that have most of my seed beads, my 11 O's, my 8 O's, my 6 O's. Because these carts are just right behind my usual work area, it's very convenient just to swing around in my office chair and pull out the drawer, look through the beads. And the other thing that I love about these drawers is that if I need a better look, or I've got more beads in some of the drawers, I kind of need to dig through them, I can bring it just very easily right over to my work area and go through them. I haven't decided yet about my 15 O's. I have my 15 O's stored in other boxes that sometimes get kind of full to overflowing as well. But I am seriously thinking about bringing my 15 O's over and just putting them in to their correct colors, and maybe it'll take a little bit more searching, but it might be more convenient in the long run. I've used the other two sets of drawers to divide my special beads, my lampwork beads, some of my vintage beads, some of the crystals, some of my very special findings. I've assigned drawers to. So this has worked out very nicely too, because now I'm able to just pull a drawer open and see what I have inside. For example, in this lampwork drawer, I have some of my really special beads by our member Deb Kahn, who does beautiful lampwork, and I have a collection of her beads that I've been gathering for many, many years and use a lot of them too. But now I can see what I've got, and it just makes it much more likely that you're going to use, I think, the beautiful beads that you have. I had another kind of odd little tower that was in use in my previous bead room, and I found that it fit right on top of my work desk. And I have been able to use it to organize my delicas, my super duos, my shibori, and some completed pieces. Let me show you what I've done. So this is what the tray looks like. They are called Tiny Storage Beads Storage Trays by Bead Storage Solutions. I believe it's Elizabeth Ward, is it? I know that they're available in a number of different locations. I know Jennifer Wiles carries them. Fire Mountain carries them. I think I bought one on a trip somewhere when we stopped at a Walmart. Had them. So, but these are great little storage areas. The boxes come in different sizes. Let me show you. These are three of the four sizes that they carry. The extra small, small, and medium, which I find those three are the ones that I use the most. They also have these great little labels, so that you'll notice that I've got my delicate bead numbers on each little container, so that you can quickly identify and reorder if you need to. So here is what one of my trays looks like, pretty well organized by color, and I just really find it very easy then to go to a color and make a choice. So for me, trying to organize my beading space and my bead room has always been kind of a huge project and a lifelong project, and it seems like I never quite get exactly right. but I keep working at it, and you can see that I love different kinds of containers. And I think I'm finally at the point where things seem very, very convenient as I'm beading in this particular space. So thank you for joining me, and happy beading, everyone.